I just did a 3-state trip. And in the morning, I'm going to drive from Fargo, North Dakota, back to Minneapolis, Minnesota, to catch a flight to get back to Dallas, which is insane. And at 35, girl, this is probably gonna be the last time that I do something like this, especially solo, where I'm not like swapping car ride drives or whatever with another person. I am glad that I did it. This is like end of trip conversation for me. The last night of a trip always makes me feel so sentimental. What is it about the last night of a trip where you're like, where you feel like you've learned something new about yourself? I want to talk about what I feel like I learned new about myself. Number one, I don't want to always feel like I'm judging a book by its cover. You know, when I see you out in the street, I don't want to immediately think you're a bad person. That's my number one thing that I feel like I got from this trip. That elderly white couple who probably haven't talked to a black person in years were parked next to me. They were parked next to me. They were getting out of their car at the same time as I was in front of the Fargo Theater. Well, little minutes after me. I'm trying to set up my tripod to hide on the other side of the street to take a picture of me in the middle of the street, right? I see them and I'm like, they look like they are too old to be trying to take pictures of me, but they about the only people that's around. Do I ask them? And they probably gonna be looking at me like, Ian, please. You know, I had all these pre-thoughts, and then I'm like, no, because this trip I said I wasn't gonna judge a book by its cover. We're learning how to not be that way. I kid you not. I feel like crying talking about this. I went up to them and I was like, I'm so sorry to bother you guys, and then I'm thinking, they probably thinking that I'm begging. But they're both looking at me with nice eyes, nice kind eyes. I'm like, I'm so sorry to bother you guys, but can you please take a few pictures of me so that I don't look crazy? Look, this is me talking to them, so I don't look crazy trying to have a tripod across the street, and then I got my keys, and like, and the husband was like so happy to do it, right? And the wife was kind of giving a side eye because he was way too happy to take pictures of me. And he was like, sure thing, I'll do what you want. I said, I'm trying to get a picture in the middle of the street. So he goes, and at first, he doesn't take any pictures, okay? I'm over here, I'm in the middle of the street trying to do my thing. He don't take any pictures. I go look at the phone, nothing. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I was like, you actually didn't take any pictures. He said, oh, I'm sorry. Let's do it. Let's try it again. I'm thinking, oh, God. As he's saying, let's try it again, I said, it's okay. I'm so excited because this is state number 46 for me. When I said that, the wife, who was kind of like uneasy about the whole scenario, she goes, oh, this is our state number 50. We're celebrating. This is our 50th state. Instantly, I have a connection with them. Now, all of a sudden, he figures out the camera. The wife is like holding traffic for me. As I'm jumping, which I'm gonna add the picture to this video. What? And he's like, do it again. He into it, he's smiling. So then we're done taking the pictures, and I asked them, what was your favorite state? And they both looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and they're like, and we're both kind of saying the same thing, like, I don't even know what to say my favorite state. And then I started listing off my favorites. They started talking about hidden gems that I know about, and different routes that I know about, and they were impressed with me, and I'm impressed with them. And it just was a very magical thing. So like, I feel like when it comes down to travel, every single time I go somewhere, no matter where it is, I just want to learn something new about myself to make me a better person. Because I do not want to be walking around just because other people do that to me. They see me as a black woman, immediately they feel a certain way about me, and it could be negative and it could be positive. I don't know what people are thinking about me, but it is hard as a black woman to assume that it's positive. I'm trying to get better at that too. I don't want to automatically think when people look at me, they're thinking something negative. But in my mind, I'm like, I have got to stop judging people off the way that they look. And I got in another video where I asked this other lady if she could take a picture of me, and then kind of found out she was on the corner. I wouldn't have given her full, she might have been a little, but I wouldn't have given that she was on the corner. No offense to her, but I trusted her with my phone. And she took, and I didn't even go back and look at those pictures, but I'm gonna it'll be in a video once I do. So all I'm saying is like every travel experience, you just gotta learn from it.